Infinity Games Podcast.
Am I doing the
Welcome.
thing?
No, I was like bent over trying to make it so I can see my laptop because I put it on the floor so there's no noise coming through
Very
my
nice,
microphone.
very nice.
Anyhow, welcome to episode 13 of the Infinity Games Podcast. I am Jukeboxhero,
And I'm KelryxsKing.
and today's episode will include games we've been playing and our main topic of what makes a game good.
If the game goes in the system and it turns on and it has a fun time, it makes the game good. No, not quite. sorry to burst any bubbles. Not quite. It's a
Yeah.
little more in depth than that.
Just because you like a game doesn't mean it's not shit.
My child, that's like my entire childhood of gaming. This Batman game is awesome, and then you think about it from like a literal standpoint. These days, it's like, God damn, what have I done?
Yeah, it's like every Nicktoons game I ever bought
Yep.
for my Game Boy Advance because I loved those.
So we had every reason to. Back then, they were they were hot shit. They were wonderful.
I mean, it was
back then.
SpongeBob. Fucking love SpongeBob.
Good old SpongeBob.
So, here's the thing. Last week when we said we were going on to number 13, you asked if we could record it on a Friday. And you asked if we were going to skip it. We're not skipping it. It's a Friday. This is the 13th.
Lol.
I planned that out. That's why I didn't message you till today.
You son of a bitch. It's fine. Like I said, I have very long work days right now, so I have not had the mental capacity to actually be like, oh yeah, Jukebox and me need to do the thing that we do every week. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out.
I've been doing the things
You've been doing the things.
with the stuff.
What things
You
have
know-
you been doing?
Actually, I tried something called Rhythm Roulette. Which is like you get-
roulette.
Rah, rah, rah. Sorry, I'm eating at the same time. Rhythm
Nom, nom, nom.
Roulette. And what that is you pick 3 random records and you sample a beat out of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Oh, gee, well, riveting.
More difficult than it sounds. So, okay, think of like hip hop songs and rap songs and stuff. The music that's playing in the back, that's the beat. That's what you're creating. The challenge
Okay,
is that you
gotcha.
have to pick 3 random records. So, like, you may have never listened to them. They may have nothing worth sampling. But you have to
Okay.
use them, and you have to create a beat out of just those records.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It
Is
was the
this
first
like-
time I ever did that.
Is this like a game or like an app? Like, is it on Steam or?
Oh, no, it's just it's a thing that, like, producers do. So there's a
Oh.
YouTube channel called Mass Appeal that kind of popularized it.
Gotcha.
So it's like a weekly series for them.
I see. Okay, I'm on board now.
Yeah, I was doing it as a challenge to myself because I was making my girlfriend a mixtape for her birthday.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, and I figured I'd actually make a real song.
That's actually pretty cool and old school as fuck.
Yeah. There's another podcast I listen to. You remember Jason Heine from the All Gen Gamers podcast?
Of course I do.
So that's still a thing, but they don't record more than like once every 5 months now. So he started
Strange.
a new podcast called Music, Games, and Gear with some other guys that are music engineers and whatnot.
I'm
And
pretty sure you've
they
told me
actually
about
read
this
my.
before.
I think I have. They're only on like
Probably.
their 5th episode, but they read my question on the show, and I was like, "Hey, when was the last time you guys made a mixtape?" And I was actually surprised because they were like, "Oh, like 20 years ago when cassettes were a thing."
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit sad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like you want them to be like, oh, I just made one last week, but
Well, actually, I can't remember his name. I think it was John. He created one about 9 years ago because he was sampling beats with a buddy of his, and they had nothing to record it on except cassettes.
nice.
Yeah. So he made one out of pure necessity.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But, man, my thoughts are just leaving. Oh, yeah. This is the 13th episode. You know how unlucky it is?
Very.
Yes. It's
Very.
unlucky enough that the fucking ginger beef stir fry, fucking microwavable TV dinner that I just made, has a single piece of beef in it, like 2 sticks of carrots, and then nothing but broccoli.
That's garbage.
Yeah, I'm like, there's barely any rice. I'm like, what the actual fuck is this?
That's bullshit.
Fucking only Cholula could save that.
Yeah. Anyways, games.
Yeah, I had to go on a tangent.
Lol. Okay, so Jukebox has something he wants to talk about, but we're gonna start with the thing that both of us do.
Yes.
So that before I go into yes, dear, whatever you say, dear mode and nod my head in agreement whether I know what he's talking about or not, we can actually have a conversation to start out with. So, I understand that Jukebox and I probably sound like broken records at this point, but Duel Links. So, a couple of things happened. Like Card Trader got new inventory, but we don't really care about that. Like Jukebox avoids the Card Trader like the plague.
Yeah, that's too much grinding.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. Like if you somehow had like the excess cash and or just the time to like grind out all the ultra rare and super rare gems, you needed to actually afford the good shit out of the Card Trader, then you probably buy it, but you don't. So.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
But the main thing that happened, a couple of main things that happened, is they raised the Legendary Duelist cap level from 35 to 40, so every character gets access to 2 brand new cards. So that's what, I think there's 14 or 15 Legendary Duelists right now. So that's an extra, anywhere from an extra 25 to 30 cards that they just added into the game, assuming that you can grind your characters up that high. Because, I mean, just getting to, like, 30 is enough of a grind, let alone getting to 35 and then getting to 40 again. Unless you have a stacked friends list where literally all they ever do is send you card vanguards with 1 card hands, so that you get 2,000 experience duel. So... yeah. I mean, for the privileged, but the main thing that happened is Mokuba is the new like wandering duelist, which yes. I was kind of bummed about because when I first heard that they like data mined Mokuba, I thought he was going to be a new legendary duelist. And I was like, oh, that'll be cool. I wonder what kind of skills he'll have, and I wonder what kind of like exclusive cards he'll have and stuff. So I was like kind of hyped up for that. And then, nope, he's just a wandering duelist.
You know,
and
I
it's
bet
like
he'll become an actual legendary duelist in like a month from now.
Well, yeah, eventually. Same with like Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
But I'm excited for him because I'm excited for him to have like skills that work with like magnet decks, because like my magnet deck is like damn near perfect right now. I just need like, you know, the best thing I got right now is like Bandit Keith with Switcheroo. So if we got Yu-Gi-Oh as a legendary duelist and he had like abilities that pertain to like rock monsters, like I'd be fucking set. I'd be like King of Games, here I come. But not actually, like maybe Plat 1, but so yeah, like I don't know, Mokuba's hit or miss for me. I find like I like his cards. I think he drops some pretty cool cards. Especially like Kid Moto Dragon, how it can get destroyed and you could like drop a Blue Eyes out of your hand if you wanted.
I believe is how I want that.
I got 2 of them in one duel. I got done lucky. God. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, awesome. But I was pissed because I saw 2 of like the glossy packs. I was like, oh my god, yes. And then I got 2 of the same instead of like, you know, 1 Kid Moto and then 1 of the other super rares and or a Dark Flare Dragon. I was like, man. Like, I'm not mad because this is probably the best super rare card Mokuba's given up right now, but still.
Yeah. I haven't got a single super rare or ultra rare from him.
That's garbage.
Yeah, it makes me really sad because all I've been doing is grinding legendary duelists for like the last week straight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have the Paradox Brothers unlocked, right?
No, because I didn't even battle them once during their event. I was like, yeah, fucking, I got keys, I got time, I'm gonna battle you motherfuckers. And my girlfriend opened the app and is like, dude, they're gone.
Shit.
Yeah, more or less.
That's a bummer because they make it really easy to do level 40 Mokuba because he literally can't get over the Gate Guardian. Like you use their skill, drop Gate Guardian right at the beginning, and he can't do anything. And then it's just building your hand up and getting the cards you need to one shot him.
Yeah, the deck I've been using is pretty consistent. I've lost like once, so it does me pretty good. I usually get about 6,000 if I manage to get Trap Out, or else it's like 5,900.
Oh, I mean, fuck, that's more than enough.
Yeah,
like that's all the specialized farming decks are. Is it's just to push it into that 7,000-8,000 range. If you have just like a semi air quotes rando deck and it gets you fucking 5,000 to 6,000 points consistently, fuck, good enough.
I mean, the deck that I built for grinding was specifically for grinding, and I've never gotten anything higher than 6,700 out of it. But any of the cards that I would need in order to actually get, 7,000 to 8,000, I'd have to go through the card trader or get like 3 ultra rares, so like reset a box 3 times kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I'm just not doing that.
That's
like
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching Shady Penguin earlier, and he does this new little thing where he calls it a deck check. Where literally people send him a deck, he'll build it, and then he'll play 3 duels with it, and then if he's like, okay, I would suggest like changing these, or no, this deck is perfect the way it is, blah blah blah. So he did this deck where it was literally like it focused on cards in your graveyard.
Okay.
So the idea was you magical merchant, and you have 1 spell card, which is that new Feast of the Wild level 5 from the new Crimson Kingdom packs. And then you run, like, at least Shady did, but he ran 2 Red Eyes Spirits and a Champion's Vigilance, which, I mean, good luck if you have fucking Red Eyes Spirits, because those did not drop from fucking Super Joey. And then, Champion's Vigilance is a fucking Kaiba, is a super rare Kaiba drop, so again, it's like dumb fucking luck. And then... Yeah. And then he had 3 of the Freed the Matchless Generals, which are all super rares out of Crimson Kingdom. And then he had 1 Freed the Dark General, which is another super rare. Like, it was literally like 20. It was like a deck of like 10 super rare cards, a few rare cards, and like 2 normal cards, and that was it. And he was like, at one point in his video, he says, "Oh, this deck is actually pretty cheap." And I'm like, yeah, if you're fucking rich. No, I'm like, yeah, if I had like $700 to burn, fuck, that's a real cheap deck to make. Like, fuck off.
It bugs me. It's like all of those top tier YouTube Duel Links players and stuff. They all have like 3 of everything, and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, this is fine. Meanwhile, scrubs like us are like, I got 1 mirror wall.
Yeah, literally, like, I have 1 mirror wall and 1 econ, and I'm like, yay!
I like wasted all of my keys trying to get an econ from Kaiba, and I didn't get a single super rare. I was so pissed.
I honestly want them to just minorly tweak the legendary duelist drop rate, like just a tiny bit, like literally increase the drop rate by like 1 to 2%. And you're gonna fix. It's also, honestly, dude, it's us having terrible fucking luck. I was on Twitter the other day. Right, and hashtag shameless plug, fucking follow Infinity Games podcast on Twitter. Yeah, but and who was it? Because Shady is like primarily Duel Links right now, which is cool because I love watching him do Duel Links, even though I hate his guts for having money and being able to buy cards.
Right.
It's still good to be able to see all the different decks work. So people will send him deck suggestions and stuff on Twitter, and people will send them like what drops they're getting from the legendary duelists. Somebody dueled Mokuba at level 40 and got a super rare. I think it was I think it was the super rare magic card that he drops. I can't remember what it is. And 3 Dark Flare dragons.
Jesus
in one fucking duel. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going home. I was like, fuck this shit. Yeah, it's photoshopped as hell. I'm leaving. I quit. Like, I was just like, and there were other people who were getting like 2 super rares in a dark flare, 2 dark flares in a super rare, or like, you know, I think one guy literally got 1 of each super rare in one duel, and I'm just like, I'm done. I quit. Fuck this.
They can all lick my taint.
Yeah, I was like, I actually finally have decks that I can farm duelists with, and my luck is just still complete fucking ass.
So, you know how I like never ever grinded the legendary duelists until like this last week?
Yep.
So I had tons of keys.
Yep.
I used all of my keys on Yugi and all of my keys on Kaiba and all of my keys on Taya. And
fuck all.
Well, I did get some. So from Yugi, I got 2 super rares, not at the same time, but they were the same card. And if I remember, it's the one where if you make your opponent attack one of your monsters, and he has to do it with all of his monsters.
I'm trying to remember what it's called. I'm just gonna pull up a little thing for legendary duelist card.
So I got 2 of those, and then from Taya, also in separate duels, I got 2 ultra rares, and they were both Dark Magician Girl, which is okay, I guess. I mean, I never really liked Dark Magician Girl other than she's cute.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to make a spellcaster deck with, because the drops that Yugi and Taya give are really good spellcaster support.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like I could make something pretty beast out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know in the, what was it, the World Championships, the, god damn it, I can't think today either. We're both fucking, like, our brains are fried, dude.
Fried, gone, dead.
I made eggs. The Paradox Brothers.
This is your brain on drugs.
The Paradox Brothers have a drop skill that they can obtain called 3-star demotion, and essentially what it does is you pay 2,000 life points, and it will drop every card in your hand by 3 stars. So for example, you can summon a Dark Magician normally.
Right.
Granted, you have to pay half your life points to do it, but if you farm Tay and you get lucky and you have supremacy berries, it doesn't fucking matter. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of people in the World Championships were doing that, and they were running it with, like, Guardian Angel Joan is really popular for it too, because anything she destroys, if she destroys, like, an alligator sword, then you gain 1,500 life points after. Damn. So, like, she gets abused really hard because it's like you destroy anywhere from 1 to 2 monsters, and she's got 2,800 attack points. So, right. I mean, the only downside is she's an ultra rare from the card trader, so it's like you gotta have the cash to be able to buy her. But, so people were running a lot of her, people were running lots and lots of Dark Magicians with Dark Magician Girl and Sage's Stone and shit. Like, it was bad. Like, the Paradox Brothers with that skill pretty much ruled the World Championship. Same with, like, Mayan or fucking Hunting Grounds.
No kidding. So, with the card trader, it's not necessarily having all the cash to drop to have the items and stuff. For me, it's more like, if I want to aim to have this specific deck, whatever I found on the boards, for grinding or something, and it requires 3 monsters or whatever cards from the card trader, I could get them, but once I've got them, if I wanted to build another deck that requires card trader, I would have to wait like 2 months to build up the stuff again.
Well, that's just it. And the card trader's all luck too, so it's like, you know,
yeah,
like you can't know for sure. You can't be like, oh shit, I need another, like me for example, like I needed Delta the Magnet Warriors for my Magnet deck, and I got dumb lucky. Like literally one of those popped up like every day.
Wow.
Like, I got really lucky with those, but
You know,
You know,
I'd like to see them implement like a trading system where
Mhm.
people could actually trade cards. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I
Like,
kind of
I
feel like too many people would like spoof cards into there, and it would kind of end up like the GTS on Pokemon.
oh god, I hate the GTS. But yeah. So as far as Mokuba, I like his rewards. I like that he's easy to farm. One kind of peeve that I have is his decks are shit.
They are.
And it's like I understand that like the couple times you see him like do any kind of quote unquote dueling in the anime, like he's god awful at it.
Of course.
Like
Well,
you
you know
remember
what? I
clearly
think-
he
Oh yeah.
duels
I
he
watched
duels
it
Yugi.
recently.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to play this 800 attack point monster in attack position, even though literally everybody else on the island is running like minimum 1200 attack monsters. Like, are you dumb?
Yeah, that's like Joey when he was learning to duel.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, I staffed it with the best monsters I could get. And I'm like, literally, you have nothing over 1,000 attack points. What are you doing?
Oh god.
Could you
For
could
real,
you just
though?
imagine? Could you imagine for a second if like we could just like go back in time like 15 years and take like if I could take like my Yu-Gi-Oh decks now,
Oh god,
like-
that wouldn't even
be
be
like-
fair.
right? I'd be like, let's play, and they'd be like, I summon Celtic Guardian. I'd be like, I'm gonna set my pendulums. Field of monsters. I'm gonna synchro, Xyz, and fusion all in one turn. You just received 26,000 life points of damage. I mean, what?
They'd be like,
Sorry,
that's
kid."
illegal.
I'd be like, nah, bitch, real cards. Time travel.
I mean,
Smoke-
literally,
smoke
because I
bomb.
watched someone open up the boxes for
Yep.
the first and the second expansion for the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, and like
Mhm.
literally the first one, there's like no effect monsters. It's all like normal types. They're super fucking weak, with the exception of like Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. And then the next expansion set adds like effect monsters and stuff. But that first one, if you played with just the cards that were initially released, I mean, it's pretty much like it was in the anime with Mokuba. It's like you'd play an
Mhm.
800 attack monster and you would actually have something that was worth battling with. It's fucking
Yeah, man.
weird.
Yeah, it is. It's super weird. That's it's even weirder if you pick up like any of the old Yu-Gi-Oh games on like GBA and stuff.
Oh,
like
God.
the one that really sticks in my head is the Sacred Cards. That one was the most fleshed out, and it focused like 100% on Battle City in the anime. And
Nice.
that's just it. You start out with a deck with like 7-8, like the strongest monster you have is a 5-star tribute monster with like 1,600 attack points. And you
I
can't
hate
just
getting those in like Duel Links.
Yeah.
They're
And you
so
can't
pointless.
stack in those games. You couldn't stack your deck because you had to grind and you had to level up so that your deck would accept, so that you could raise the point limit on your deck, because every card had used a certain amount of points. It was like if you wanted to use a Blue Eyes, it cost, let's say it cost 50 points, but if you wanted to put in something a little bit weaker but still strong like a Dark Magician, it would maybe only cost 40. So it's like if you tried to stuff too many strong cards, strong / like good magic cards, good trap cards, your point total would get stupid high, and it wouldn't let you use them all. And then, so when I first played it, I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to win with these garbage ass monsters? And then I realized quickly, because Yu-Gi-Oh originally had a duel that that nobody ever picked up on, because it was just, it's a good system, but it was too complicated for like real life play. It works fine in games when it does that shit automatically, but it was
Right.
dumb for IRL kind of things. It was like if, for example, if you had like a Levia Dragon Daedalus on the field, like this big fucking 2,600 attack point monster, I could literally play a Thunder monster with 100 attack points and kill the Levia Dragon
Ooh.
because type advantage.
Yeah, it's fucking
And
weird.
it was the same thing. If you had a blue eyes on the field and I had I can't remember if dark won against light or light won against dark, but it was you know, it was the same concept. It was like if I had like a zombie monster or something and it had stupid low attack points, I could still kill the blue eyes, and I don't receive life point damage from it because my type advantage is stronger. Like,
so fucking weird.
Yeah, it was super weird. And every once in a while in the games, you'd run into this like super strong duelist. Like you'd run into like Panic or something, and he'd have all these like 1500 attack monsters. So you'd be like, shit, I need to back out of this duel. I need to stack my deck with light element monsters. And then you'd have a chance of beating him. But then you gotta fucking redo your deck again so that it kind of covers everything. And then you get into the next duel, find out, oh, there's an abundance of fire type monsters. So now I need an abundance of water type monsters. Like, it sucked. It was fun. I loved that game to death as a kid, but looking back on it, that sucked ass.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I never had Yu-Gi-Oh games. I know you did, but like I'm looking for the one on PS1 now. That's like the best one.
Which one is that? Is that Forbidden Memories?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say yes. I was about to say Duelist of the Roses, but that was PS2.
No. It demands a pretty penny now.
Yeah, Forbidden Memories.
Yeah, it's like at Game City it's like $50.
Oh yeah. Dude, the speedrun world record for that game is 9 hours.
You hear that and you're like, speedrun? Are you sure?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's like when you hear that the Final Fantasy VII world record speedrun is 7 hours, and you're like, that doesn't sound like a speedrun, but then you think about it. If you play that game casually, you're looking at like a 40, 50 hour experience, so yeah, that's a fucking speedrun.
Yeah, no kidding. But who actually contends those speedruns?
It's like the people do them on...
Well, yeah, but if you think about it, if someone gets a record on one of those games, who honestly wants to choose that game where it'll take them like 9 hours before they find out if they're even close to beating the record, or something like Mega Man that's going to take them 6 minutes?
Well, yeah, that's just it. I've never understood that either. Like, here, I'm going to pull up... We won't dabble on this too long so we can get to the thing you want to talk about, but I'm just curious. I'm going to Google longest speedrun games, and we'll see. Because I know one of them literally takes like 30 hours to speedrun 100%, and I'm like, wow. Why? Why would you do that and give up so much sleep? When you're probably not even going to know if you have a chance at the world record until you're at least probably like 27 hours in.
No kidding.
And then you're like, and then you'll be like, oh shit, guys, I've done everything perfect. I have a chance. These next 4 hours are going to be lit AF, fam. And I'm just like, what are you doing with your life? Okay, so...
How strange.
Oh, it's a fucking video. No, I don't want a video. Give me a list.
While you're looking for that list, dude,
list. Yes.
I'll tell you a little thing that happened today. So girlfriend's doing a shop hop thing, so she's on like a chartered bus with a bunch of ladies going all the fuck over the place to buy quilting materials and fabric and whatnot. And they stopped at some random small town, and I think she was at like a secondhand store or something for whatever reason. Like maybe she had some extra time. And she found a bunch of PS2 games.
Cool.
Yeah, so she like calls me up, and I'm like, oh fuck, what happened? And
she's like, oh no, she died.
I mean, it had to be fucking something. She never calls me to begin with. It's always text. Yeah. But so she got for $20, because she called me and it's like, okay, which of these do you have? Which of these do you want? What would you pay? And I'm like, I mean, if they're super cheap, like $2 to $3, I'll take them all, because, you know, I'm strapped for cash. But there's like these 2 games, and if you can get those for like 5 to 10, do it. So she got Space Channel 5 Special Edition.
Oh shit.
Which was one of the ones I really wanted, because there's like a slim chance in hell that I will ever find it on Dreamcast. Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 4, and Silent Hill Origins.
Okay.
the first Sly Cooper game, Time Splitters, Destroy All Humans 2, Bully. And that's all I can remember.
Just all the gems.
I mean, that's a pretty damn good deal for $20 though, because like those Silent Hill games, each one of those goes for at least $20 at our stores.
Oh yeah. So get this.
What's that?
One of the longest speedruns there is Pokemon Stadium 2.
Really?
It can go for up to 40 hours.
So why do I have a feeling there's no glitches? Or they haven't found glitches, so you actually have to play through the entire game, and the speedrun part kind of comes down to how lucky are you during the battles, and how quickly can you press the A button.
That's pretty much it. It's like, for that one, for example, you need to damn near memorize every single trainer that you're going to battle, their team comps, what moves they have, what moves your team has. You need to know exactly where all your moves are so that there's no chance of a misclick or a missed button or whatever. Like, so you don't go to hit down C and you hit right C and you're like, shit, I just used withdraw instead of fire blast. Fuck my life.
Get fucked.
So, but apparently a guy did Pokemon Stadium 2 during SGDQ.
Yeah, forget about sleep.
Yeah, well, that's just it. It's like, how the fuck do you do that?
I mean,
It's like, I love games. Like, I said this in the other stream. Like, when Kingdom Hearts 3 does come out, I'm streaming it straight. Like, I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm fucking getting energy drinks and, like, snacks, and I'm playing that thing. I don't care if it's a 36-hour game. I will be awake for that whole thing because I have been waiting for that game for 8 goddamn years. But there's
I'll
a
watch your
difference.
entire stream.
I love you. Because it's just that. It's like there's a big difference between... And don't get me wrong. I understand the people that speedrun these games are incredibly passionate about said games. But it's just, I can't wrap my head around how you can play something for 40 hours straight and not have a half-ass guarantee that you, like, might set the world record.
Yeah.
Like, if you could somehow start it, well, that's just it. If you could somehow start the speedrun and be like, this will be a world record run, I can kind of understand being able to do that. But if you're like, let's hope for the best, guys, fingers crossed, like, why? Why put yourselves through that? Go play Mega Man X. That one only takes a half hour.
You know,
you could literally run that one 80 times in the time it takes you to do one of Pokemon Stadium.
I played Tetris literally for days.
Tetris.
Back in like 2009. Like, exited my room and hissed at the sun.
Nice.
Yeah. No.
Dude, yeah. I know what it's like.
Can you even think of a game that you could speedrun?
No. I don't have the patience for that shit.
Yeah. Like,
I do not have the patience.
I can't think of any games where I'm skilled enough to actually beat them that fast.
See, well,
but even the ones
just
that I am like really good at, I feel if I defeated them really fast, like to the best of my ability, I'd go look up the speed record and it would be like twice as fast as mine anyways.
Well, yeah, that's just it. It's like, in my opinion, again, no hate on the people who do them. I have mad respect for the people who speedrun these games. I watch SGDQ every year. I love watching people speedrun games. It is massively entertaining, in my opinion. I just don't understand why you put yourselves through that kind of torture. I don't understand how you can literally play a single game over and over and over and over and over again in the hopes that you shave off like 1 or 2 seconds of your personal best. Like, I can't wrap my head around that concept. Like, you speedrun Mega Man X. Let's say you learn everything and you're a fucking master and you destroy that game every time. And you're like, okay, I can do it like safe in 40 minutes. I'm going to shoot for like the 30-minute mark. And I'm just going to go balls to the walls as fast as I possibly can and hope I don't fuck up. And then it's like, so let's say you run the game and you get like a 33. I don't know what the actual world record is, so I might be under the world record, but like bear with me, I'm paraphrasing. So let's say you get like 33 minutes and 24 seconds. And let's say the world record is 33 minutes and 18 seconds or something. And you're like, oh shit, if I just shot my pellet 2 pixels lower when I fought Chill Penguin, I would have made up those 6 seconds and I could have matched the world record. I'm going to try it again. Like, what?
Oh, God. I'm going to rewatch myself play this and figure out the exact pixels and moments where I could go faster.
That's just it. And the people who find the glitches, like, my favorite speedrun to watch is like Ratchet and Clank. That shit's nuts. Like, they use like long jumps and not nuts and bolts, but it's I hate you.
Okay. I accept your hate.
but they'll use like long jumps and wrench slams to build momentum so that they can literally jump the entire map. Essentially, they'll place turrets down so that they can clip through walls and shit, because a lot of Ratchet and Clank maps in the games are big circles. You start one spot, there's a locked door, you have to go the very long way around to get whatever power up or whatever's on the map, and then the door opens via said power up, and then you can get back to your ship and fuck off. So a lot of the maps are literally, hey, we're here, clip through a wall, grab the thing, get the fuck out.
Cool.
And it's like, it is super cool to watch, but it's like, who does this? Because it's the other thing is, I fully respect the speedrunners and I fucking power to you. I love you guys because you're massively entertaining and I get a huge kick out of you every summer. But y'all are fucking crazy.
You gotta like let me know when the next one's happening, because I never know when it's happening anymore.
I never do either. It just kind of pops up on YouTube and I'm like, oh shit, cool.
It's time for that thing I love.
Yeah, right? I'm just gonna ask.
Nah, dude.
Fuck off.
Okay, goodbye.
Apparently,
the podcast is over.
Apparently it happens in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Jukebox. It happens in 2 weeks.
Nice.
2017 Summer Games Done Quick event. Dates, July 2nd to July 9th.
Something else to do during the day.
Yeah, so there you go.
Nights.
I like how their number one moneymaker is Metroid Prime. Or not Metroid Prime, Super Metroid.
I'm not surprised. That game, because they have that thing where they vote whether to let the guys die or not.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually super excited for this so far. So a couple of the ones that they're doing this year are Nier Automata, One-Handed.
Ooh.
That's a hard ass game, so that'll be cool. Azure Striker Gunvolt number 2, that'd be cool. Battle Kid.
Ooh, that one will be good.
Metroid Prime 100% run. Okami.
Ooh.
The new Strider that came out in 2014.
Okay. I'll have to let the girlfriend know about Strider or Okami.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say
Strider.
Kari. Yeah, I was gonna say Kari will get a massive kick out of that. Oh, they're doing one of the N64 Castlevania games.
Gross.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch though. It's probably like Sonic 06. Like, it's just an ass game, but when you speedrun it, apparently it's a lot of fun.
So you kind of stuttered on the cut, and I thought you were gonna say Katamari Damacy, and I almost shit myself.
You shit your pants. Just Jackal, it's a Jackal.
Actually?
Yeah, they're actually doing it. Apparently it's only like a 10-minute run, so I'm not surprised. I'd imagine that game would go really fast if you knew exactly what to do.
I mean,
Mega Man X6, Mega Man X2, Mega Man X3, Twilight Princess.
with Jackal, you could literally just like run past everyone and then just defeat the boss.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Zem. Zem is doing Ratchet and Clank, the first one. Zem holds like 4 of the world records for Ratchet and Clank. Like various games on various percents. The Talos Principle, that one would be kind of cool to watch. Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
Chrono Trigger. Tetris Grandmaster. Link to the Past. Swordless. Link to the Past.
Cool.
The new Shantae game.
Oh,
There's a
hold on.
lot. Holy fuck. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, so they got this clock that has bird chimes every hour. So that's what
I
that
can
was.
hear that.
I'm going to leave that in.
Yeah, Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid.
Ooh.
They're doing Final Fantasy VII. Earthbound. Earthbound.
Did you cut out? Yes.
Yes.
Earthbound's my
Yeah,
fave.
anyway.
All the good
SGDQ is
things.
fun, guys. SGDQ is a lot of fun. Go watch it.
Go watch Fast Things Happen.
It's so cool to watch. Anyways, we've rambled on for a very long time. You need to talk about that thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Pokemon Go, they changed the gyms.
Yeah, gyms.
So do you know how the gyms worked before?
I don't. I didn't care enough. I knew that I
Okay.
would never, ever be able to do anything in a gym, so I was like, yeah, fuck it.
So, because the game's been out for pretty much a year now, for the first half, I did fight gyms and stuff. For the second half, I didn't because it hurt my battery, it wasn't fun, and I just didn't want to. Like, at this point, I'm just trying to complete the decks. I barely play, really. But
Yeah.
the gyms used to work, so you had 3 teams, you would fight the other teams. Pretty much you tap on the screen to attack, you swipe to dodge. That's still the same.
Yeah.
You hold down to do your like charge attack. So how do I put this? They have prestige points. So when you defeat
Okay.
a trainer or a monster in a gym, you bring down their prestige points. Once they're at 0, you can take the gym and put your Pokemon in there. And then people from your
Nifty.
team can put theirs in there. That's how it used to work. And there was a lot of problems with it. They completely scrapped that entire system except the way you battle. So tap to attack, swipe to dodge, whatnot. Gyms are now 6 Pokemon only. So it used to be that you could get up to 10.
Okay.
Now it's 6, like a real Pokemon gym. You can have only 1 of any monster, like Pokemon, in that gym. So you can't have 2 Typhlosions or 2 Dragonites or 4 Vaporeons or anything like that. So you can't stack a gym with nothing but like Blissies, which was the bane of everyone's existence because it took for fucking ever to bring them down, and they were powerful as fuck. So people used to just fill the gyms with like Blissies and Dragonites, and it would take forever to defeat them, so people just wouldn't defeat them. So the people who had the gym would just hold it forever, and that's no fun. So you can have up to 6 Pokemon in the gym now. They have motivation, which is shown by a heart above them. Motivation goes down.
Hearts.
Yeah, it's cute. Motivation goes down over time and when the Pokemon is defeated. So as the motivation goes down, the CP of the Pokemon also goes down, so it becomes easier to defeat it.
That's nifty.
What's that?
I said that's nifty.
You still cut out, but I got it.
Okay.
So to revitalize your motivation, you have to feed the Pokemon berries while you're at the gym, assuming they're on your own team. and there's diminishing returns. So if you feed a Pokemon 3 berries, each time you feed it a berry, the motivation will go up by less and less. So it has to be more of a team effort where you're there with your friends or whatever. So you each do a berry to revive the most motivation you can. When a Pokemon loses all of its motivation, it's kicked out of the gym. When all the Pokemon are kicked out of the gym, then the other team can take the gym.
That's cool.
More or less it. Gyms also act as Pokestops. So we effectively like doubled the amount of Pokestops out there.
Guess what, Jukebox?
What?
There's still fuck all by my house.
That's unfortunate. Actually, you should check again because they added a bunch of stops.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'll do it right now.
So like there's one behind the
right
Mexican restaurant here. And I can't remember the others, but we found like 3 new ones here.
Well, that's nifty.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it a shot because I know they did a campaign for a while, didn't they? Or no, that was you could do that in
Ingress.
You could do it in Ingress, yeah. If multiple people marked a location, yeah, like if 3 different people marked a location, they would make it a Pokestop essentially, and people were saying that they should do that for Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So that people in less populated areas with like next to no Pokestops, they could spread the Pokestops out.
Yeah. They still use the data from Ingress to determine where the Pokestops are. So, groups of people would actually download Ingress and then submit a stop for a portal. And then the idea is that Niantic would go, hey, this is now a portal. Let's also make it a Pokemon stop.
Yeah, because they're literally running the exact same system and all the same code with
Pretty
just
much.
changing how it works so that it reads Pokemon instead of Ingress.
Yeah. I mean, the games are a little different, but they're pretty much the same gameplay style.
Yeah.
So, okay, another thing with the gyms is the way you get coins. So it used to be,
Okay.
when you're in one gym, you get 10 coins, and that's the currency for the shop and whatnot. So for each gym you were in, you would get 10 coins. Once you collected your coins, you'd have to wait 21 hours before you could collect them again, and usually, within that time you'd get kicked out of the gym. So you'd have to go take all the gyms again. Now, it's approximately 1 coin for each hour you're in a gym.
That's
so
all
you
right.
have to be in a gym for at least 10 hours to get the equivalent of what you used to.
That's a little less not awesome.
I mean, it kind of depends where you live, I think. So if you were in the capital city, pretty much any gym changes every 10 seconds. So they're effectively nerfed for farming coins. Because they can no
Makes
longer
sense.
stack them with blissies, so they never get kicked out. And I mean, it kind of works for that in that regard. But here, once the gyms came out from being under construction, I went and took one nearby, and I was in there for about 17 hours. So
Okay.
I got a gym badge for being in there for 10 hours, and then I got 50 coins because I was in there for 10 hours. So that's way more than
That's
I
all
normally
right.
would have gotten.
Yeah.
Like, I very, very rarely took gyms anymore just because I didn't want to, but if there was space, I'd go stick a Pokemon in there, collect 10 coins. My mom, who plays
Yeah, for
avidly,
sure.
would rarely get more than 30. So
Yeah.
to just get 50 by trying the new gym system is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, I dig it. It's a welcome change because now it feels more like an actual Pokemon gym. And
Yeah.
there's more of like a community effort amongst your team members.
Yeah, of
'Cause-
course, because now it's not like, oh, look, a gym. Oh, look, it's got fucking 19 blissies in it. Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah. So, I mean, you need them for the berries to increase your motivation. You need them to fill up the gym to 6 Pokemon. And just in general. Because before, it used to be you'd train the gym, so you'd fight against your own team's monsters. It would increase the prestige, and then other people could get in the gym. That was kind of their community effort, but most people didn't want to train.
Yeah.
The other big thing, so they changed the gym system. They also added raid battles, which everyone is pretty sure how they're going to get legendary Pokemon.
Makes sense.
So
I mean, the one screenshot I've seen is this giant like yellow egg with like white lightning looking things going off, and the only thing that comes to my mind is, oh look, a Zapdos egg.
See, the one I saw looked like a Moltres egg from Pokemon Snap.
Oh no, okay, never mind. You're right. Now that I'm looking at it again, it looks more fire than lightning. Yeah, you're right.
So the deal with the eggs is that signifies a raid. So there's public and private raids. The private raids will be held using code words, so like passwords and stuff. So within your team, you could set up a private raid and share the code with your friends and stuff. Public raids is the egg will show up over top of the gym with a timer on it for a countdown for when the raid starts. And then everyone from every team, whatever, goes there. And when the time starts, or when the time ends and the raid begins, there will be one super powered rare Pokemon on there. So the screenshot they had was a 25,000 CP Tyranitar. So if you were like max level and had a super strong Tyranitar, it would still be less than 4,000. So the fact that this one's 25,000 is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone battles that one monster, that one Pokemon. And if you defeat it, then you have a chance to capture it. I assume you won't capture 25,000 CP Tyranitar. You'll capture one with a CP more in range of what you would have for your level.
Yeah, you'd catch, like, if... Well, I mean, for example, like, raid battles are now available from what I'm reading. They're available now for people as low as level 25 / as high as 25. So, I mean, at 25, you should be average. You should have at average a few Pokemon at around probably 22 to 2300 CP. So if you were 25 and you participated and you killed the Tyranitar, you'd probably be able to catch a Tyranitar around 21 to 2200, I would assume.
Yeah.
If not even higher than that. You might even get access to a Tyranitar that's technically above your level. You might be able to catch one at like 26 or 2700 CP.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
I mean,
see, I'm hoping for legendaries, and I'm hoping...
Yeah. Because, I mean, that would make more sense to me from a like a raid battle perspective. Because it's like, for example, if you're that high of a level, you probably already have some super OP Pokemon. Like, you probably already have your own Blissey, or a Dragonite, or a Gyarados, or fucking, for Christ's sake, your own Tyranitar. So it's like, if you have your own Tyranitar, and it's at 2300 CP, and then you beat the raid, and you get the chance to capture another one at 2100 CP, it's like, whoop-de-doo, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. See, I feel that would be good for people at lower levels. But if you are that super OP, like level 35 guy with the 3000 CP Tyranitar, you don't need one that's stronger. That just makes it harder for everyone else.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, it would be nice, but at the same time, the fact that you have a chance at catching something so ridiculously rare, I think that makes up for it.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say about the raids?
Me no know.
They announced it as level 35, and then you told me they lowered it like 3 times within the last day to level 25.
Yeah. Literally, I have a, I literally have timestamps of when these updates went live. So listen to this. Trainer, on June 22nd, trainers level 35 and above, you can now participate in raid battles at select gyms around the world. Then, if I scroll up on Pokemon Go's Twitter a little bit, it then says 12 hours ago, trainers level 31 and above, you can now participate in raid battles. Then, if I scroll up again, 8 hours ago, 28 and above. 5 hours ago, level 25 and above. They realized they fucked up real fast.
Yeah. And
they literally updated that shit as fast as they could write the code for it.
So yesterday, when these updates first came out, everyone kind of theorized that it was like a beta of sorts where they were limiting it to like the top 1% of Pokemon players that were above level 35. So they could test the system, test the servers and stuff before they lowered the level cap to something around 20-ish. I guess not. Because, like you were telling me, and I know it too, is like people are like, hey, I've been playing this literally every day since it came out, and I'm still only insert level between like 20 and 30.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at level 29. I'm almost level 30. And for the first 6 months, I played it like literally every day for like, I wouldn't say extended periods of time, but when I'm in transit, there's a lot of Pokestops there.
Yep.
And then like my mom, who still plays it like 3 hours every day because she's ridiculous, is level 31.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
your mom's crazy.
She is crazy.
That awkward moment when one of your parents is better at a video game than you.
I don't know. I wouldn't call her better at it. She just does it more.
True.
But like, I feel even the people who, you know, would dump tons of money into the game to get lucky eggs so they get double experience, there's only so much you can do within that time frame. Like, even them are probably less than 35.
Very true.
Fuck, I remembered the other thing. You have to have a raid pass to participate in raids. You can buy them.
Of fucking course.
So you can buy a premium pass from the store for 100 coins, or you can get up to 1 free pass per day just by visiting a gym. So,
I mean, okay, at least they're easily acceptable.
Yeah, so my questions are, because you can only have one of the free pass at any time. So if you join a raid with your free pass, you get into the raid and you start fighting, and then your Pokemon's defeated. Do you get kicked out? Do you no longer have a chance at getting that ultra rare Pokemon? Like, do you need another raid pass to enter back into the raid? Pretty much.
Here's how I see it working. And I'm gonna base off of a different phone app game that I sunk a lot of time into, a little gem and a massive cash grab game called Summoner's War.
Huh.
They also have raid bosses, but the raid bosses don't function the same. But what I'm thinking is probably going to happen is I feel like the raid battles in Pokemon Go are going to function similarly to the world boss in Summoner's War. And what it is you can battle him, I believe, once a day. And it's pretty much like you can only use monsters that are over level 30. So, and you have to have a minimum of 10 monsters to be able to do anything, to be able to fight him. So if you have 10 monsters at level 30, you can take a shot at him. So it's like, let's say, and it's like a preloaded sequence. Like, it's literally like you enter your monsters and the game will run it'll run an algorithm to determine how much damage your monsters would do. So it's like, let's say I put in my monsters and they do 600,000 damage total. That gets added to my total score until the world boss dies. And then the more you contribute, the higher your ranking on the system, and the higher your ranking on the system, the more rewards you get.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it might work similarly like that. It's like, if you are only doing the free passes, it's like you get your free pass, you go and you do as much damage to the raid boss as you can, and then you can come back tomorrow and you just keep on going until that thing's dead. And if you're able to contribute enough damage, then you get then you probably get a chance to capture a Pokemon, and or capture the Pokemon. I would also assume that depending on how much of a contribution you made of total damage, you probably get a higher CP version of that Pokemon based on how much damage you did. Is, I think, probably the best way they could do it.
I like that idea, but there's only one thing, is I can't imagine you'd be able to return the next day and still participate in the raid. I think during the raid, when however many people showed up to do it, once that monster is defeated, because you're all battling the same monster, you don't have your own individual health bars on the opponent monster. You all share that health bar. So once it reaches 0, I think it's just done and it's gone. So I'm not sure. I also really wonder. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm also under the assumption that these Pokemon are gonna have stupid amounts of HP. For example, because the world boss in Summoner's War, like 600,000 damage seems like a pretty decent number, does it not?
Yeah.
That's an F- ranking. That's like piss poor levels of damage.
Damn.
So, like, to get an A ranking, you need to be able to put in, like, a full squad of 20 monsters that are 6-starred maxed out at level 40 with, like, really awesome runes and buffs and shit, and you need to be able to do, like, a minimum of, like, tens of millions of damage to be able to get an A ranking. And the world boss takes several days of, like, max level players banging away at him. So I'm assuming the raid boss would be similar. I'm thinking that he'd probably have an absurd amount of HP, and it'd probably take a good number of days to take him down. But at the same time, the game works differently because the world boss is accessible to everybody all the time, whereas the raids are centered on gyms, which are scattered around the city. So it's a lot harder to be able to just, like, you know, you're at work on your break and you're like, oh shit, I haven't hit the raid boss today, let me just boot my shit up. Like, it's not going to work like that.
Yeah, you actually have to physically be there. I'm pretty sure they'll time them out. So, people are getting off work, the raid's going to start in 30 minutes kind of deal.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, if they do them in the middle of the day, it's probably for, like, the junior high kids and stuff that play the game.
Yeah. Because, I mean, a lot of the screenshots are showing timers above the eggs.
Yeah. That timer is until the raid starts. So it counts down, yeah.
You're saying like a timer for how long the raid lasts?
I'm saying a timer until the raid starts.
Okay.
And then there'll probably also be a timer for how long the raid can last. Because I can't imagine coming back the next day and a raid is still going on. Like, I'd like to enter the gym, thank you, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But you brought something up with, like, having an absurdly high HP. Is the one screenshot of the Tyranitar with 25,000 CP? CP isn't attack, but it's, you could correlate it to it. The higher your CP is, the stronger your Pokemon is. So if you take, like, a 3,000 CP Tyranitar that has 150 HP, and then you times that by, like, fucking 8, that's, like, 1,200 HP. So,
yeah,
like, he'll have much higher HP for sure. What I'm kind of worried about, because I'm not sure how this is going to work, if it's 25,000 CP, how fucking high is its attack? Am I going to go there in there with my strongest monster and it's literally just going to, like, flick it away? Like, how is this going to work?
Yeah, that's another thing, because it's like, if there's a big enough difference between, like, a few hundred CP, I can't imagine what, like, several tens of thousands will do.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to scale it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll talk about it once I've actually done one and stuff. I'm pretty excited for it, though. Like, this was a pretty major update. Like, the guys at Niantic said this was their biggest update yet. That includes
sure shit is.
includes the release of second gen Pokemon. And I'd kind of agree. I hope if this works well for them and they don't gotta fucking tweak it much, trades are next. I really hope.
Please, God. So I just realized something.
What's that?
I'm reading something, and here we are speculating, and I have the exact way a raid battle works right in fucking front of me.
God damn it. Hit me.
Before you can battle the raid bot, okay, so blah 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 blah. Before a raid battle begins, a large egg will appear atop a gym. When the countdown above the egg reaches 0, the raid boss will be revealed. Ha! That rhymes. Clever Neontic. Clever Neontic. Before you can battle the raid boss, you'll need a raid pass, which we just talked about. You can get 1 free raid pass per day by visiting a gym. You don't have to battle in it, you only have to visit it. Literally walk in, get it, walk out. You can only hold 1 at a time. You can also get premium raid passes from the in-game shop. I would assume premium raid passes probably give you like 5 shots at the raid.
Premium pass, well, maybe. I think the deal was because you can only have 1 free pass, is you could have multiple premium passes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be like a rare drop from Pokestops or something.
That'd be nice.
Doubt it. Doubt it, but it would be nice.
Oh, fuck,
anyways,
I
upon
forgot.
using...
Okay, dude, sorry, I got interrupt. There is, like, technical machines and stuff as items.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Okay.
I thought that was cool. Same with, like, rare candies.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Although the rare candies to me are a little bit disappointing. I wish they just boosted your CP instead of turning into one of their candies. I think that's kind of a cop-out, but whatever.
I mean, it's a roundabout way of doing it, because the way you increase CP is by spending their candies and Stardust.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. It's like, why not just it's like, why not just cut out the fucking middleman? Like, hey, cool, you got a rare candy. Here's like 20 free CP on your on the whatever Pokemon you want.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
You know, I don't know, my opinion.
I mean,
but
it could also be because you can use candies to power up, but at the same time, people may not want to power up their monster. They may want to save the candies to evolve it.
Oh, that's true, I suppose. Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. That's a good point.
Either way.
I'll just finish reading this real quick then.
Go for it.
So, upon using your pass to join the battle, you and up to 20 other trainers work together to defeat the raid boss. If you successfully defeat the raid boss within the 5-minute time limit, you'll have a chance to catch an extra powerful Pokemon of your own. Raid goes live, you get 5 minutes. If you kill it, everybody gets a chance to catch the Pokemon.
Okay. So that's the one bit of information that I forgot that I needed to remember to not speculate for 20 minutes straight.
Lol.
Anyhow.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a very awesome, very much needed update. I hope to God trading is next, because in my opinion, trading is like the one thing this game needs to really take off.
Implying it hasn't already took off.
I mean,
for
shut up. Yes, of course it has, but I mean, it's severely... The game isn't fun to people who don't have access to a shit ton of Pokestops, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, if you live in New York City, this game is the shit, because there's literally a fucking Pokestop every 10 goddamn steps, apparently.
Yeah.
Same with, like, highly populated cities, like, in, like, Australia and fucking...
Tokyo.
I mean, hell, Tokyo, oh my god, I would love to see what Tokyo... Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've watched YouTubers like Lachlan and Unlisted Leaf, and they play Pokemon Go, and they literally sit at a restaurant, and there's like 4 Pokestops right there, and they're all lured to shit.
You know what really pisses me off watching Unlisted Leaf is he'll go for a random walk through a random neighborhood, and he'll be like, Charmander, Geodude, Kangaskhan, fucking Rapidash, Poliwag.
Oh,
it's
look, a
massive fucking
crocodile,
variety
like,
and shit we will never fucking find.
Right?
Pisses me off so much.
Like, that's the giant bummer for me. I would love Pokemon Go so much more if I just had a few damn Pokestops around my house.
Yeah.
If I could go for a quick like half-hour walk and hit up like 4 or 5 Pokestops, I'd probably go every other day. but I got nothing around me. And I'm not about to drive downtown just so I can go for a walk to hit up a couple Pokestops. It's just a waste of gas.
And what I feel is just as bad is, even if you didn't do the Pokestops and you just walked around your block to go catch Pokemon, they treat our city pretty much like a rural area, and we get nothing but like Spinarak's and Pidgeys. Like,
yep,
we don't get anything
I found a
good.
Furret. I found a Furret the other day. I threw one ball and it ran. I was like, cool, bye. I even threw a raspberry at that bitch. Nope, peace.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was mad.
Yeah. I don't know. It still needs fixes.
But yeah, that's just it. I think if it's just that if we lived in the North City, the game would be incredibly more accessible to us.
Yeah, like it was when I was in university and there every day.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I'm gonna walk.
Exactly.
I'm gonna walk between these two classes and also get 4 Pokestops along the way.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it's just that. It's like every time, like, I'll boot the app up every once in a while because, I mean, there was the one time I caught a Scyther and a Rhyhorn just chilling in my basement.
Jesus.
Yeah, those were pretty awesome days.
Nice.
But that's just it. It's like, it's once in a blue moon that something interesting pops up. And it's always, like you said, it's always Pidgeys and Spinarak's and Ladybuzz. And it's like, whoop-de-fucking-do. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I remember me and my girlfriend, we went to the mall, right? The mall has like 20 Pokestops in it.
The reception
and
in the mall
of them
is shit.
Yeah, reception in the mall is not awesome, but it's good enough. A lot of them had lures on them, and we walked around for a good 2 hours hitting Pokestops and stuff. We got lots of items, and we literally caught like 4 Pidgeys each.
Yeah. That mall,
and that was
mall
it. That was it.
Sucks.
Well, I know, but it's still. I was like, are you serious? We're actually in a city with a ton of Pokestops. They all have lures on them, and all we get are Pidgeys and Caterpies. Like, this is such garbage.
We realized very quick how garbage the mall is. And like for me and my mom, because we're on a different service provider than you, we literally can't play in that mall because we don't get good enough reception.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's
God damn
as much,
bitch, because we care. It's
I love
broken record, right?
Yeah, we bitch because we care. It's like, I love the game. I love the concept of the game. I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. Hell, my mom and her friends started playing it, and literally none of them know dick all about Pokemon.
Yeah, that was like my mom too.
Like her friend, they were on a road trip once. Her husband was driving. Her friend was playing the game in the passenger seat, and every time she missed a Pokeball, she'd be like, "Oh shit! Oh fuck! God damn it!" To the point where her husband was like, "Okay, you need to fucking relax."
Oh god. So dude, like 4 days ago or something, me and Kari, we were walking down by the lake because they finally opened up that new boardwalk.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so it's like twice as long as it used to be. It's actually pretty lovely. There's like tons of baby ducks out there right now.
All that romance.
Yeah. It's actually pretty nice to walk on. But we were walking over there and stuff, checking it out. And my mom messages me. She is like 25-minute walk away from we are. And she's like, oh my God, Jukebox. Okay, I opened the app. I'm at this stop. It's like this weird, what the fuck do I even call it? It's almost like a yellow rabbit with like a red thing on its head, but it doesn't have pointy ears, and it's like electricity and stuff. It's like Amph something. And I'm like, God damn it, Mom, it's an Ampharos. How the fuck did you encounter an Ampharos in our city? So we were like, okay, we're done our walk anyways. So we walk that way. And we kind of speed walk a little bit because it'd be nice to get that because it's, like an ultra rare Pokemon pretty much. I mean, it's gone by the time we get there. You know what replaced it though? A Magmar. Fucking
shit. Well, that's nifty at least.
Yeah. I was like, God damn it. Oh, hey, look, there's this thing I don't have yet.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, we've been recording for over an hour.
Yeah, we've been rambling. Let's talk about the main thing.
I was about to say we could probably just cut it here and do the main thing next time.
Yeah, we could if you want.
So, if you guys remember the start of this episode where we said what our main topic was, we just did a total change because we've been recording for quite a while and we're tired. So,
And unprepared.
yeah. So what we're now
It's
talking
been a long
about
week.
is Eastern versus Western RPGs. So
for anybody who's not sure what the difference is, I'm sure you've heard the term RPG before, especially if you're listening to this podcast. I'd be very, very confused.
I'd be concerned.
And I need to have a long... That's what I'm saying. I'd be worried about your sanity if you don't know what an RPG is. You've heard the term RPG, but there is a difference between JRPGs or Japanese RPGs and Western RPGs, which, admittedly, I just learned about. Like, I knew they were different, but I didn't know how they were different, so I found out. So, a primary difference is JRPGs tend to focus more on a battle system, whereas Western RPGs tend to focus more on like character customization and exploring on your own. So, Jukebox and I discussed this in private, and we decided a really good example of a Western RPG is like Skyrim, and a perfect example of a JRPG is Final Fantasy. Now, the biggest main difference is you can't customize your characters in Final Fantasy. You can't be like, I think Cloud would look better with short, buzzed brown hair. Like, just give him Barrett's haircut. Yeah, let's do that instead. Like, no, it's like, here's your character, deal with it. Like, he's going to learn these moves, he's going to equip these weapons, etc., etc. Whereas in Skyrim, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But the story isn't as developed. Like, Final Fantasy VII, if you haven't played it, my god, that's a ride. You will cry. There is a point, things happen, music plays, your soul is shattered into millions of pieces. I digress. It's been so many years, but I'm not going to ruin anything. Whereas in Skyrim, it's like, or any of like the Elder Scrolls games, or like Fallout, or, you know, whatever Western RPG you want to compare to, it's like you start the game, there's the tutorial, like you set your skills, you set what you want to specialize in, that kind of thing. You customize your character however they want to look. Like, if you want to be a 5'0" anime schoolgirl looking bitch, fucking knock yourself out. But, and then it's once the tutorial stage is kind of over, then you're free to do whatever you want. You can literally run across the map to a fucking distant ass city and go mining in dwarven caverns if you fucking want to. Like, nothing stops you. Whereas in Final Fantasy VII, it's like, okay, there's a degree of exploration, but if you go the wrong way, you're going to run into shit that you can't fight at your level, and you're going to get shit rolled sideways.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference, is it's like in Western RPGs, you aren't limited. It's literally, you do what you want to do. Whereas a JRPG is, it's like, you're filling the role of the characters we've already created and playing through their story that we have already built.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Western RPG where it's like, you be you and do what and make your own story.
So when you introduced this stuff, you kind of said that you just learned the difference. Was it because you kind of associated RPG as just RPG, you never really separated the two or anything?
That, and I've played very, very few Western RPGs. I've played Oblivion, I've played Skyrim, I tried Fallout, but I hate it because it's trash, and that's going to piss some fanboys off, but I don't care because I'm right. Fallout sucks, get over it. Anyways.
Okay, because you've heard me say this, so I guess you get it now. I've said, I hate open world, I hate Western RPGs. Do you get the games I'm talking about now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do agree for the most part.
So, like in general, I just don't like those games. And we talked about this during the Breath of the Wild episode, how I wanted Breath of the Wild to kind of be like my barrier to the point where I can at least enjoy this style of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I gave a fuck about Zelda. I don't give a fuck about the Dragonborn.
I know. So, I'm going to give everybody a little, like, sneak peek, because I assume because we rambled for so long today and our main topic changed, we're probably just going to carry what was today's main topic into next episode. So the main topic next episode is probably going to be what makes games good. So a little sneak peek of my opinions is the main thing is it has to be engaging. And that's something that I find Western RPGs sorely fucking lack. Because it's like, I'd be a liar if I said I hadn't sunk a good amount of time into Skyrim. I get a huge kick out of grinding up my skills. Like, you don't understand. It is fun to a degree to literally run around a city terrorizing the guards by blasting them with fire magic just to level up your skills. But to me, the games are empty. There's nothing really to them because you have to make them fun for yourself, which to me is lazy game design. I understand it works and a lot of people love it, but me personally, it seems like a cop-out. Instead of
these
building a game
extensively in our video games class in university, and it was mostly discussions on the difference between what's an immersive game and what's like a linear game. Because with games like Skyrim and other open world games, you create your own goals. You say what you want to do. Like, there's a story there, but if you do literally just a story, it's going to last for like 8 hours and whatever. But you choose what you want to do. And if nothing interests you or you run out of things that you want to do, then there's nothing to the game.
See, who's
barking?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, someone was barking.
Oh. I was going to say, if you guys want an example of, it's a fusion of a JRPG and a Western RPG. In my opinion, it ties more towards a Western RPG, is Breath of the Wild. Like Zelda Breath of the Wild. In my opinion, that's a Western RPG done fucking right.
Yeah. Because
you can do whatever the hell you want. If you want to just go shrine hunting, do it. If you want to hunt down Korok seeds, do it. Quote, don't do it. The reward at the end is not fucking worth it. Anyways. Fucking
Complete
pile
nice.
of shit reward, I'll tell you right now. But that's just it. But under all that, there's still an awesome story. Like, Jukebox and I were both obsessed with finding all the memories. We both loved seeing the memories. We loved going into the Guardian Beast. We loved seeing the cutscenes with the champions. We loved talking to, like, what I originally thought were going to be the new champions, and I was sorely disappointed, but fucking rip me. But under it, there was just this huge story. There were still all these characters that you wanted to know more about. Like, every time I completed a Sacred Beast or a Guardian Beast or whatever the fuck they were called, it's been a while. Yeah. Every single time I'd start one, I'd get a clip of the champion. I'd be like, no, I want to know more about you. Why are you such a prick or whatever? I'm referring to Ravelli.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because fuck that guy. And then you beat the beast and you get another snippet of them, and it's the same thing. It's like, no, damn it, I want to know more about you. Like, fuck. And granted, we talked about this in our E3 video last week, but they are doing a DLC for Breath of the Wild called the Champions DLC. I am speculating that you're going to be able to play as the champions because they're releasing a set of amiibos where all of the champions are holding their signature weapons. If that doesn't scream play as us, I don't know what fucking does.
That was my assumption.
Yes. Did you say that in the video?
Yes.
I agree with it 100%. I will not take credit. I had the same opinion to Jukebox said it first, so he gets the credit for that one, but I agree with it 100%. So So it's just that it's Breath of the Wild does it right because you can do whatever the fuck you want, but after everything is said and done, there's still a super awesome story for you to go back to.
Yeah,
and
I mean, if
you
you want to listen
do that
to us,
you can't do that in Skyrim and Fallout because the story is so diluted and kind of out there.
Boring.
Like in Skyrim, it's like, oh, you're Dragonborn. Like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, you can use shouts. Go talk to these guys. Oh, yes, you can use shouts.
Oh.
Then you talk to one lady, and she's like, oh, we need to figure out how to kill Alduin. And I'm just like, this is boring.
Fuck your elves and your orcs and your giants. I'm just gonna, roll cheese down a hill.
I'm gonna go kill a horse and cast soul trap magic on it so my conjuration gets to level 100. Fuck all of you and your problems.
No,
just me. That was only me that did that. Okay.
Just you. I never played. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I know. I know Kari played a ton of Skyrim. She'd probably argue with me right now, but
probably. I was gonna say, if you want to listen to us bitch about how much we love Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm pretty sure that was episode 3.
It was indeed.
Yeah.
So yes, we literally talk about Breath of the Wild for like an hour straight. So if you want to know more, go to that. I just wanted to use it as an example of that is what every Western RPG should be, in my opinion. There should be all of the options in the world for you to go and do whatever the fuck you want, but at the end of the day, you should be able to come back to it and play through the story and be like, yes, I need answers.
Yeah. Because
playing through Skyrim or Fallout, I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, they're not engaging enough. Like you said, it needs to be engaging to be good.
Yeah, that's just it, right? It's like if I pick up a fucking RPG, that's why none of the Tales games recently have sucked me in. It's because their stories just don't grab me like the older ones do. I pick up Symphonia even now, and I'm like, God damn, this story's amazing. I picked up like Xelia, or like I watched Shady Penguin play Berseria for a while, and I was like, nah, what? Sorry, I fell asleep. Like, it's just, they're just not there. Like, I just don't fucking care.
I still want to play Fantasia.
That's the main thing. And me personally, I'm on the end of the spectrum where it's like, if you want to play an RPG, play a JRPG.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get more out of it. That's just how it is. Like, you're going to finish the game, and instead of being like in Skyrim where it's like, well, I beat the main story, now what? Time to go grind skills. It's like, you beat the story, and it's like, my God, I need more. Right?
Give me more.
It's like,
please, sir, may I have some more?
Yeah. No. I'm trying to think of an example of like a direct sequel, and I'm blanking right now. Like a direct sequel JRPG.
Personas?
Sure, let's do Personas. It's like, if you played Persona 5, not Persona, blah, 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 blah. If you played Persona 4, and you beat it, and you loved it, and you were like, that was fucking amazing. Persona 5 comes out, and you're like, holy shit, I'm going to learn so many answers to questions that I've had for like 2 whole years or whatever. And it's like, boom, hop on the fucking hype train. But it's like, the new Elder Scrolls will come out eventually, or whatever, and it'll be like, time to grind my 2-handed skill up again, I guess.
Same shit, different pile.
Literally the same shit, different pile. There's nothing different. And fair enough, you could argue, oh, but Kelryx, that's the same thing in like Final Fantasy games. Main character has sword. Main character swings sword. Okay, fair point. But every character swings the sword differently.
Yeah.
when you
Not
play,
to mention
when you play
more
a
than one
Skyrim,
character.
Yeah, that.
Man, a fucking team.
When you play a Skyrim game, because here's one thing. I think it would be super cool if Skyrim had more variety of weapons. Like, I think it'd be super awesome if you could like hold daggers upside down and like sneak around like a fucking thief. Because it's like, you have a sneak skill, you have a pickpocket skill, you have a one-handed skill, you have a dual wield skill. What's stopping you from having like super awesome little backwards assassin daggers?
Size?
Literally nothing. Scythes? Yeah, we could do scythes. Yeah, why aren't scythes in game? Scythes are badass. Let me be a Grim Reaper.
My character needs a hood.
Yeah, no kidding. Like it's just that it's just that simple. I'm not hating on Skyrim 100%. Again, I've sunk time into it. I've enjoyed it. I'm just saying that if it's like, oh, I don't know if I should get Skyrim or this JRPG, just get the JRPG.
Just get the JRPG. So, I'm going to go back to where you were explaining the differences between Western and Eastern RPGs. Because all RPGs kind of spawned from the actual tabletop RPGs, like the original Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. And I feel where the immediate divide happened is in Japan, when they created Final Fantasy and they created Dragon Warrior as like the first real RPG video games. What they did is they looked more at the stat-based point and the battle. So, like, I'm talking like you roll your dice to figure out the number of your stats. You use those stats, you build those stats, and then when you enter battle, it's based on what your stats are. Whereas in North America, they focused a lot more on, yes, creating the character, but then the exploration of the open world, as in, like, you're playing a D&D campaign, and it's like, here's your map, where do you want to go? It still has all the battling and stuff, it's just the exploration is what was focused on more. So that's why a lot of the early Western RPGs were kind of like dungeon crawlers. It was more like looking around the place and then also fighting. Because like in Dragon Warrior, like it is literally nothing but the fight, and everything is dependent on you getting better stats.
Yeah, same with Final Fantasy.
So like the difference between the Western and the Eastern is just the Eastern took the stat-based side of RPGs, and the Western took the actual looking around shit side of RPGs, where you gotta like lift a fucking rock to find the key to go to the next room or something.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because they were both two parts of one complete tabletop RPG. Just like, where did they go so different?
So, to summarize, essentially, if you don't know whether to play a Western RPG or a JRPG, fuck it. Go play Dungeons & Dragons with some friends, because then you get the best of everything.
Good point. But don't actually, because it takes for fucking ever to set up, and then no one will actually play it.
Yeah.
Hashtag our group.
That's like, I'll get just slightly off topic. We're going slightly real world here. So, I started work, right? I got this job, and this other new guy started with me. Find out he's a bit of a nerd. I'm like, fucking awesome, cool. We're gonna get along just fine. I go, well, what do you do? What kinds of games do you play and stuff? He's like, oh, I'm probably the biggest nerd you'll ever find. Like, he's like, I do D&D with my friends sometimes. Immediately, I'm like, do you DM? And he's like, no. I'm like, God fucking damn it. It's like, shit, you're useless to me then. You're fired. No, not actually.
I'll DM for us.
So, yay. Well, I kept saying that I was gonna fucking learn how, and then I just haven't actually gotten around to it. But anyway,
the other podcast I'm on, Podcast TBD, Distinct Kusai, he has all these plans, and one of them is that he wants us to use like the D20 website or whatever to play Dungeons and Dragons online and have a campaign where we kind of like Skype call each other and stuff, and then we like stream it or post it on YouTube and stuff. I'm like, slow the fuck down. Yeah. I mean, we can hardly get the three of us together to record an episode each week.
Yeah, no kidding. I think that'd be more fun as like a casual thing. I think as far as like putting on a YouTube or like streaming it or something, I think you need to like slow down, and I think you need to like get through a campaign or two just casually before you even thought about going that far.
Yeah, no kidding. Like the most I've ever even done is like created my character.
Yeah, exactly.
That was like
That's
2
the
years
most
ago.
I've ever done. Mm-hmm. But anyway, shall we wrap our episode up, Jukebox?
Yes, that is a very good idea.
Okay. So, I know this one was a little bit of a clusterfuck because, I mean, conversation is conversation, good conversation at that, but we get passionate about Duel Links because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and we really like it, so I'm sorry that took up like 40 minutes of the episode, but I mean,
there's only like 3 of you listening anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. We love you.
If you want us to stop talking about it, tweet at us at Infinity Games Podcast. Oh, fuck, no. It's at games_podcast. What am I smoking? Fucking tweet at us at games_podcast or comment on our Facebook at Infinity Games Podcast. It's the only way you'll get us to stop talking about it.
No, we're going to keep talking about it, even if you're like, no more Duel Links. Fuck off.
We'll just tone it down a little bit because we're busy people and this is practically the only thing we play now.
Pretty much.
It's like, hey, I would love to start this RPG that's 60 hours long, but I think I'm just going to do a single duel in Duel Links and that'll last me about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a more efficient use of my time. So, but anyway, so tune in next week. Like I said, we originally had plans. We were going to talk about what makes the game good. So we'll move that to next week. So join us for episode 14 when we talk about that.
Yes.
When we talk and discuss what makes a video game good, because believe you me, a lot of the stuff that you think ruins a video game has worked wonders in others. Yeah. We would know. So that I think that'll actually be one of the best episodes we'll have done. I'm actually really excited to talk about what makes a game good.
Yeah, get hype for that.
So tune in for episode 14. Thanks for joining us for episode 13. And
did it feel unlucky?
See you guys next time.
Did it feel unlucky?
Did it feel unlucky? I mean, we had a plan and we did not stick to it, so I kind of count that as unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unlucky episode number 13 was a success.
That's okay. We'll do 14 next week. It'll be our best episode ever. And then we'll have to follow it up.
Yay! Even better than ukulele?
Maybe not. That one was pretty good.
Maybe not. that podcast was a masterpiece. Anyways.
Yeah. I'm Jukeboxhero.
So and I'm KelryxsKing. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.